So this is, at long last, the USA Jakey Lee Blue Burst. I started to say Boo Burst. It's a Blue Burst. And I've had this guitar now quite a few months. I did a Jakey Lee video about a month ago. I mentioned I was going to try to get to the demo of this. I've had, as many of you know, all kinds of hand issues. Index finger is now dealing with trigger finger. And I just kept putting off the video. And I'm like, what kind of guitarist am I, man? I got 3 more fingers over here and a thumb. Come on. Let's get going on this stuff. Let's get these videos done. And that's a whole... I'm going to do a video talking about that. It has been fascinating trying to play with these 3 fingers and not your index finger. So I'll talk about that later. But yes, finally got the USA Charvel Jakey Lee. Now, if you know anything about Charvels, the USA ones, like the Jakey Lees, when they come available, you kind of got to jump on them because the wait times are usually pretty intense for them. I know when I got my Zebra Charvel, if you go to the website, it says like out of stock or whatever, more on the way, and it's like expected arrival date, something 2027. So, like I said, I was on the waiting list 5, 6, 7 months waiting for this one, maybe longer. And I was like, I just got to jump on it. So the guys at Sweetwater were nice enough to sponsor today's video. I reached out to them and I was like, do you want to sponsor some Jakey Lee videos? And they were super cool about it. So they're going to sponsor this one. And what's funny is the Jakey Lee video that I did last month, I mentioned in the video that I hope that we get a Pro Mod version of the Blue Burst someday. I was surprised that we haven't already got one. And literally like a week later, or maybe even a couple days later, you can check the dates, they announced the Pro Mod. I'm like, look at that! So I've also talked to Sweetwater, and they're working on getting me a Blue Burst that they have that's a B stock, and I'm going to be doing a video on that one hopefully next month as well. So, anyways, we're going to dive into this one. I love Jakey Lee, and I'm going to do like the tone playing section right now, with my 3 fingers. But I'm going to steal a couple of my clips so I can play you guys some Jake riffs. I literally can't play... I don't know if I can play any Jakey Lee riffs right now properly. So I'm going to steal some clips from that video and throw them in here and, get your Jakey Lee on. So anyways, let's get it. Okay, so let's talk about the specs and my overall assessment of the guitar. Because you might be asking yourself, why would you need 2 Jakey Lees? Well, for starters, Jakey Lee's one of my favorite players. I want to have all the Jakey Lee guitars. And Charvel is my favorite brand of all time. But outside of that stuff, the 2 guitars are very different. The Blue Burst is spec'd out quite a bit different from the white one. Now, the white one is based off of Jake's first, we'll air quote, Charvel, because that was actually a 70s Strat. You notice the bullet truss rod and different accoutrements like that. But you still have the slanted pickups. And on here, you have, this is Jake's real first Charvel, the Blue Burst. Well, one of them, whatever it was. But an actual Charvel. The first one was a Fender that they turned into a Charvel. Now, the other thing that is going to be worlds different are the way that the necks feel. This one is a very narrow nut. It was the biggest concern I've had about this guitar and why I didn't originally want one in the beginning. And I was just like, well, guitars should feel different. I love Jake's explanation of, he's like, you don't want every guitar to feel the same. They're different. They play different. And I couldn't agree more. And I love this neck. This guitar plays so easy. My buddy Adam did set this up, and he does amazing setup. So, that's part of it. But it's a poplar body, maple neck, rosewood board. So again, the body wood's different. Still string through, no tremolo system. But the block on this one, I love this. It is just a big old thing over here. one of the things that's so cool, and I don't know why more brands don't try to do this. Maybe it's because it's such a signature Jake thing that they don't want to like copy that much. But angling these pickups, man, it does change the way that they sound, the way they're reacting with the strings. So on the white one, the pickups are closer to the neck. This one now, angled this way, the middle pickup is closer to the bridge, and I think that that is adding a lot to the sound. So maybe down the road, if you guys want a comparison of, you know, the two Jakey Lees, let me know in the comments. I can do that. And the one huge negative on this guitar is to adjust it, you have to, it's like a vintage style adjustment down here. I don't know how to get to that without popping the neck a little bit. So that, I'm just like, man, maybe they didn't need to be that specific with the guitar. But it's, you know, it is what it is at the end of the day. Let's get to some of the tone sections here. And overall, my assessment of the guitar is, Jakey Lee fans, man, you're going to love this stuff. So much of that second Ozzy album with Jake was played with the Blueburst. The first one was the white one. Then you have the Blueburst on the second album. So anyways, here's to the tones. Alright gang, so what do you think? This is a killer Super Strat, especially if you're a person who wants a hardtail Super Strat. Man, this one sounds massive. What a huge sound to it. Now, like I said, I am so curious to play the Pro Mod one, and I should have that sometime in May for you guys, so I will be doing that. Unfortunately, right now, like I said, shredding is going to be to a minimum. Unless I can get these fingers really shredded, maybe that's going to be my new goal. But this guitar is fantastic. It plays great, plenty of uniqueness to it. I think that, I mean, like, Jakey Lee fans are going to know what this is right away, but I bet you a lot of people who maybe weren't Ozzy or Jakey Lee fans, they'd see this and just think that it's a cool blue, you know, it looks like a San Dimas or something like that. So you can see I've already got a battle scar on this thing, clanged it on something. But other than that, know that I appreciate you guys. I will have an update video talking about what's going on with my hand here very soon. And just thank you to the guys at Sweetwater for always being awesome and letting me check out so much cool stuff. So other than that, I will see you all later. Bye, homies. Go learn some Jakey Lee.